Hey everybody, welcome back to NFT Crypto. My name is Todd, and I am your guiding light, your best friend, your Uber guru, not really, on your journey to discovering the hottest NFT art, new projects, and the latest news. If you are new, which you probably are because we just started this a few days ago, if you are new, do me the favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We are just getting started. We are really going to push this and get the word out, not just about our little show here, but about NFTs because we think they are incredible and we think they are the future. We know they are the future, as you know, we know you do too. So hit that bell, turn the notification bell on. Also, be sure to understand, and I'm just going to say this, you and I both know that YouTube does gatekeep a bunch of stuff, especially on YouTube. So, if you don't explicitly tell Google and tell YouTube that you actually want to see more content like this, you are going to miss out. Like, it's a guarantee you will miss out on this. Look, the truth is that stuff is almost always time sensitive and it's often important. So do yourself a favor one more time, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell for notifications, and we are going to jump in. So today I wanted to share something a little bit different, go away from the daily news grind and talk a little bit about some things that I see in the space that are coming up outside of just art, because NFTs right now are really pushed by the artist. That's kind of the first mover, which makes a lot of sense. You have an image, you can track it as an original object through the blockchain, essentially like a serial number. Great, digital art makes perfect sense. But I wanted to share with you something that I found on Twitter that really got my interest up, and it was this tweet from Maddie, who goes by at DCL Blogger on Twitter, and I highly suggest you guys follow him. He's fantastic. His tweets are always interesting. So he asks, billions and billions of NFTs later, what's going to hold value and why? And I thought this was a very smart question because we are only at the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the NFT space. It's just the beginning. So this phase is very much an early adopter phase. And inside of the early adopter phase, what you often find are people who are going after historic firsts, right? We often see in the space, if it's the first time an artist has been jumping into the game, or it's the first time an auction house or a major platform is doing something, that becomes a historical value. Also technological firsts, the first time any kind of technology has been used or any type of new experiment or implementation within a project. All of these historical firsts are identified by the action taken by early adopters. So we are in a historical first moment. After that calms down, when everything becomes an NFT, right? When there are billions and billions of NFTs, because I think, at least I believe that pretty much everything is going to be an NFT. What happens? How does something hold value and retain value and actually grow in value when everything is an NFT? What makes it stand out? And I thought this answer was really good, especially shows use cases for things coming in the future that clearly have a purpose. And it essentially says this: NFTs that are part of a blockchain-oriented ecosystem that solve a real-world problem hold value. That is 100% true. For example, Get Protocol that uses NFTs to combat ticket fraud and DeFi to pre-finance events, i.e. to make it easier for artists to throw a concert. This is a fantastic use case. This is absolutely a fantastic use case. And I wanted to dive in just a little bit to this to show you the opportunity, not just in fine art and not just in video games and online gaming, but in other ways that real world activities can translate into the NFT space. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to swap right over to my browser. Give me 1 second. So check this out. So this is a fantastic diagram, a nice little infographic that shows us exactly why a protocol like this could be useful down the road, or at least the idea, right? First, you've got pre-financing future events. So this DeFi approach allows event organizers to use their ticket inventory as collateral. This will enable organizers to offer up their NFT tickets for investment prior to making any organizational costs. What's that mean? Pre-sales. Hey, we're going to throw this event. Go ahead and buy the tickets, right? hey, we're gonna do this concert, we're gonna do this theater show is gonna come on the 2 months from now. Go ahead and buy the tickets. It allows people to prepay and pre-purchase. It also has hints of independent artists, right? If you think of a Patreon or you think of a Kickstarter, that's all pre-funding, that's prepaying. And you could argue that Patreon is more of a tip jar. But certainly Indiegogo, Kickstarter, things of that nature have a pre-sale element. So buying a ticket is a very clear use case for buying a ticket in advance is a clear use case for pre-financing. The second thing is tickets as collectibles. So think of a digitized version of sticking the ticket to an unforgettable night on your refrigerator. The list of possibilities is endless to maximize the fan and artist connection. This is a really interesting thing as well because memorabilia is a very hot market in the auction space, right? If you want that T-shirt from a Kiss concert in 1979, you can actually go buy it, and it has increased in value from whatever you paid in 1979, right? So the interesting thing about NFTs, as we all know, is that they're forever. That you don't have to rip them, you don't shred them, you don't have to clip them, you don't lose it, right? It's going to be mint condition forever. You have it, and that means it's tradable. It means it's collectible. That means you have the ability to sell it at a future time. It also means an event organizer or an artist can reimburse you down the road with future gains or future events or future products or future opportunities, which is really interesting because as the creator of the ticket, you're going to know how many people were there, here are the wallets, and you'll be able to possibly ping them in the future and say, hey, that concert you attended 10 years ago in your neighborhood or whatever, now we're doing something special with it. I don't know. But it definitely has long-term residual effects. And the third use case, which I think is the most important, is perpetual revenue. Since NFT tickets are programmable, you can build in a royalty split, which allows for a profit-sharing system that is tailored by the event organizer. This can deliver further value to the artists, venues, and legitimate actors in the ticketing chain while cutting out resale platforms and touts. I don't know what a tout is. That's just not my space. But I definitely get the idea. And what's interesting, there's also something that they're not saying in this, but it's tied to tickets as collectibles. So in this example, perpetual revenue, we have 40% goes to the event organizer, 20% venue, 20% artist, 20% investors. Great. So we have the ability, when I buy this ticket to my favorite show, okay, it's an instant split, 40, 20, 20, 20. That's great. Now they talk about delivering further value, but they're not totally telling you what that is. Well, I'll tell you what that is, or at least one use case is that, let's say I buy a ticket to one of my favorite bands. Great, Dinosaur Jr. is having a concert. I'm old as hell, so I'm gonna go see him, right? And 40% goes to the event organizer, 20% to the venue, 20% is to the band itself, 20% to the investors. Great. Everyone gets paid instantly. It's all trackable. That's fantastic. But now I have this collectible. And as an artist, as a musician, right, I'm going to do shows all over the world. So if you're a band, you're going to do a show in this city, this city, maybe this country, this country, this country, this state, all over the world. And over time, what you're building, what used to be one-off events, you go to one town in one city in one state, do the show, get paid, and go to the next one and get paid. And that was it. It was a one-off thing. You get paid. Once you get back on your tour bus, you're done, right? There's not really anything else. This opens up an entire new revenue stream because now these tickets are permanent and they're collectible and they're trackable for the royalties, for the perpetual revenue. So that concert that I did last year in Atlanta, Georgia, now that person has sold that collectible ticket to somebody else. And inside of the code, there is a little revenue trigger that says 2% of the sale goes to the artist. So now as the band, as the artist, I am perpetually getting paid for things that I did in the past as a revenue sharing plan. I think this is absolutely the strongest case. This is the future by far, because it is one of the biggest problems that all creative people have and all businesses have, right? Even the event organizer, if they can get a percentage of something that happened 5 years ago, why wouldn't they, right? Same thing with the investors in the venue. So certainly there will be different breakdowns between the event as a new event and residual event payments. Maybe the artist gets paid less for the regular event and more on the back end. Who knows? Everyone is probably going to be different in how they negotiate these deals. But the idea of perpetual revenue is huge, and my belief is that this idea inside of tickets in this use case, but you can do this with games and everything else. I believe that this is actually going to be what creates the most number of millionaires in the future. That this is the secret. Yeah, so I wanted to share this with you. I think it's absolutely brilliant, and I think it is a fantastic use case, and especially as we talk about holding value. And kudos to both DCL Blogger and Ernest KL who came up with this answer. Certainly got my brain working, which I really respect. So yes, NFTs that are part of a blockchain-oriented ecosystem that solves a real-world problem holds value. Kudos for that. Amen for that. That is awesome. Yeah, with that, I am curious to know what you think. What do you think about the future of NFTs, especially outside of video games and fine art? What other use cases besides tickets can you think of that might actually contain solving a real world problem that also lives on the blockchain? I would love to know. I would love to know your thoughts. Please share. Please subscribe. If you want to follow me on Twitter, all you have to do is go to at Wanish. That's at WAHNISH. That is my last name. And I would love to see you there. And yep, we are growing leaps and bounds every day. Please like, please subscribe, please share. I'd love to know your thoughts. And with that, I will see you in the next video. Take care.